tonight. Inspector General of Police Ibrahim Idris scrutinized over failure to withdraw officers attached to VIPs. And in business, the Federal Accounts Allocation Committee set to increase monthly allocation to 1 trillion naira. And on the foreign scene, 4 Russian troops killed in Syria, eastern Syria. Hello and welcome to Superscreen Flagship News, broadcasting to you live from Lagos. I am Olamide Onwuka. Many thanks for joining us. The Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, has come under heavy scrutiny from Nigerians over his failure to withdraw policemen attached to some very important personalities, especially politicians and other private sector players. Report says thousands of policemen are still guarding former political office holders, including former senators, the former governors, and former House of Representative members, as well as businessmen who are enjoying police protection at the expense of the public. You will recall that the Inspector General had announced the withdrawal of policemen on March 19th and gave April 20th as a deadline. However, report shows the majority of the personnel are yet to return to their respective commands a month after the deadline expired. President Muhammadu Buhari has called on state governors to support their wives and their various humanitarian activities. President Buhari made the call when wives of state governors under the aegis of Northern and Southern Governors' Wives Forum paid him a visit at the presidential villa Abuja. In a statement by the Director of Information to the wife of the President, Suleiman Aruna, President Buhari commended the wives of the governors for their various humanitarian activities. The President also encouraged them to interface with the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Federal Ministry of Agriculture over new and existing opportunities. The wife of the President, Aisha Muhammad Buhari, while speaking at the occasion, underscored the complementary role wives of governors play in support of programs of their various husbands. Lagos State Governor Akinwumi Ambode has attributed the achievements recorded by his administration in the last 3 years in all sectors to the hand of God. According to him, the feats attained across the length and breadth of the state are divinely inspired. Governor Ambode, who spoke at a special Thanksgiving service held at the Lagos State House in Alausa, Ikeja, to mark the 3rd anniversary of his administration, said it is obvious from the upward trajectory of the state that God is involved in the process of thinking, planning, executing policies and programs for the people, which according to him have resulted in the wonderful accomplishments of the state. On his part, Senior Pastor of House on the Rock Church, Paul Adefarasing, commended Governor Ambode for the infrastructural strides and progressive development of the state's economy. Senate President Bukola Saraki has visited the Benue State in a show of sympathy over incessant killings in the state. Saraki was received by the Benue State Governor, Samuel Autumn, the chairman of the All Progressives Congress in the state, Comrade Abayaro, and other state officials. Saraki led a delegation from the Senate comprising Senators Raji Rasaki, Emmanuel Basha, George Akume, and Barnabas Gemade to commiserate with the government and people of Benue State. Benue State has come under severe attacks from suspected Fulani herdsmen in recent time. Only recently, the state conducted a mass burial for 76 victims of the January 1st, 2018 massacre in March this year amidst tears and condemnations. No fewer than 100 policemen have sealed up the Ikot-Answer Town Hall, proposed venue of the Congress of the All Progressives Congress, APC, in Calabar, Cross River State. Report says the town hall venue was sealed off following the directive by the State Commissioner of Police, Afeez Inua, who deployed a team of security operatives to forestall a breakdown of law and order. A faction of the APC, led by former governor of the state, Clement Eburi, senator representing the Central Senatorial District in the National Assembly, John Owan Eno, also elected a new chairman, Matthew Achigbe, and other executive members of the party by voice vote at the University of Calabar Teaching Hospital. And the Nasarawa State Independent Electoral Commission, NASIEG, has declared all candidates of the All Progressives Congress, APC, as winners of the local government election in the state. Chairman of the electoral body, Henry Omaku, announced the results of the polls at the Commission's headquarters in Lafia. Omaku said the three political parties, All Progressives Congress, APC, the Social Democratic Party, SDP, and Advanced Democratic Party, ADP, fielded candidates for the chairmanship election across the 13 local government areas, while 21 political parties contested for the 147 councillorship positions in the state, with the APC winning all. According to Omaku, the APC chairmanship candidate for Awe local government, Umar Abubakar, polled 56,598 votes to emerge winner, with Samuel Meshi emerging victorious for Akwangwa local government area, having polled 50,149 votes. Other winners include Mohammed Iyimoga, Idris Danlami, and Mohammed Sani. The former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has lamented the continuous detention of Leah Sharibu by the Boko Haram insurgents. The Waziri of Adamawa State described the ordeal of Leah Sharibu as a psychological despair in the hearts of many Nigerians and called for an immediate end to the saga. Atiku, a presidential aspirant of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), said this in commemoration of this year's Children's Day anniversary in Lagos. The former vice president also urged the authorities to think of ways to lessen the burden of children in their quest for a good life. A Nigerian advocacy group, Autism Parents Association International, APAI, made up of parents of children on the autism spectrum, has called on the government and Nigerians to remember children with autism who have to push past barriers to actualize themselves. President of APAI, Angela Emuwa, said children with autism are not sick but are just different, and called on Nigerians to spare a thought for the Nigerian children with autism. She said diagnosis and intervention makes a lot of difference in eventual outcomes, as some children have been known to recover fully and many more have learned to live to adulthood and fulfill their own purpose in life, albeit being different. Senate President Bukola Saraki has charged the newly inaugurated commissioners of the Public Complaints Commission, PCC, to prevent acts of injustice and abuse of power amongst Nigerians. Speaking at the inauguration, Saraki said the commissioners must be proactive and focused in the discharge of its mandate. He also said the PCC is the sole agency under the National Assembly with significant roles in strengthening government institutions.
The Commission therefore has this frontline role in the area of anti-corruption, fight against anti-corruption, corruption and anti-corruption, which functions to prevent corruption by providing very equal ability for Nigerians and even foreigners resident in Nigeria to seek redress against injustice. For the years in which the Commission has been set up, as already highlighted also in the Speaker's address, lots of people, lots of Nigerians are not aware of this Commission. It is my wish and my hope, and I'm sure I speak on behalf of the entire national team, that I hope that it's under your time that you try to put the PCC, Public Complaints Commission, in the right position to deserve in our government church.
The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, represented by the Chief Whip of the House, Alassane Ado, said many Nigerians are unaware of the Commission's existence, but though it has been for 43 years. However, the Chief Commissioner of PCC, Chile Igbawa, pledged the Commission's readiness to justify the confidence reposed in the appointees by carrying out their mandate diligently and conscientiously.
I wish to point out, sadly, that many Nigerians still do not know of the existence of the Commission, even though it has existed for 35 years. Many newer agencies have been making waves and impact in the lives of Nigerians. The Commission may be working hard and making impact, but it is not known by a majority of Nigerian people. You therefore need to step up your activities and also publicize the same. Maybe you need to conduct public hearings on your investigations to involve Nigerians in whatever you may be doing.
We pledge therefore to execute our mandate with utmost integrity, sincerity, and sense of purpose. We also pledge shall lift the image of this institution, not just to international standards, but to standards that become reference point for other jurisdictions.
In other news, the People's Democratic Party, PDP chieftains in Delta North have disagreed over Peter Wamboshi's alleged bribery gift ahead of the party's primaries. 98 refrigerators were said to have been shared amongst the leaders of the party, and the various words, while those believed to be in his bad book, were skimmed out. Party members who were skimmed out attacked supporters of the beneficiaries at the Cenotaph Center in Asaba, where the 98 refrigerators were shared. Director General Senator Wamboshi Campaign Organization, Frank Mungo, said the party remains the most organized party in Africa. He said it is normal for persons to grumble at this kind of instances. And no fewer than 100 prisoners in Anambra State have benefited from a free medical outreach of the National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, as part of events marking the 45th anniversary of the Corps. Coordinator of NYSC in the state, Ebenezer Olawale, disclosed this to journalists in Oka. Olawale said the scheme had done well in the last 45 years in executing its mandate of building bridges across the country. The coordinator described Anambra as one of the safest saved for Corps members in the country and thanked God for the good security atmosphere existing in the state. Coming up tonight, the Federal Accounts Allocation Committee to increase monthly allocation to 1 trillion naira. That's on the business scene. These and many more stories after the break. Welcome back, and now for some business stories. Report says the 3 tiers of government may soon have the monthly allocation for the federal account increase, as the Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAC, is targeting 1 trillion naira for the monthly disbursement. Chairman, FAC Commissioner of Finance Forum, Mahmoud Yunusa, disclosed the 1 trillion naira allocation target in an interview with journalists. Chairman, a total of 701.022 billion was shared by the federal government, the state, and the local government as allocation for the month of April. The committee, headed by the Minister of Finance, Kemi Adeosun, is made up of commissioners of finance from the 36 states of the Federation, the Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, and representatives of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation and NPC. Others are representatives of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, the Nigerian Customs Service, the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission, as well as the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN. The nation's crude oil exports have suffered another setback as Shell Petroleum Development Company of Nigeria Limited has shut down production following discovery of leaks on a pipeline in Delta State. The SPDC said it confirmed 4 leak points on its 24-inch Trans-Ramos pipeline in the swamps of western Niger Delta. According to a statement by Shell spokesperson, as soon as the leaks were noticed on April 24, the SPDC immediately shut down production, deployed containment booms, and mobilized its oil spill response team to clean the site. The pipeline, which supplies crude oil to the Forcados export terminal, has a capacity of around 100,000 barrels per day. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has launched a probe into the controversy surrounding the $16 billion allegedly spent on the power projects during the administration of former President Olusegun Obasanjo. Obasanjo earlier in the week declared that he is ready for investigation after President Muhammadu Buhari suggested that funds earmarked for the power projects under his term were mismanaged. The scope of the investigation includes the total cost of the projects, the amount withdrawn from the excess crude oil, the total number of contracts awarded, the extent of compliance with due process, and the status of the execution of all the projects. Still ahead tonight, 4 Russian troops killed in eastern Syria. That's on the foreign scene. These and many more stories coming your way after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back if you're just joining us. This is Superscreen News at 8. The flagship news is reaching you live from Lagos.